welcome back to the episode TalkBall Tweakers. What episode is this?
I think this is 10.
This is 10, 11.
Yes.
I don't know.
We're at double digits. That's what matters.
I think we're at double digits for sure.
Okay, well, whatever episode this is, welcome back. We got, obviously here, Toussaint Fancher, Blake McCreary.
What up?
We got Jake Mazarski.
Stay fly.
Stay fly.
How we feeling today, fellas? We feeling good?
Great. It's a nice Friday.
It's warm
nice
outside.
and energized. Got to sleep in today. Feels warm outside.
It's like 55
Bruh.
degrees out.
Rutgers versus the refs.
Go blue, baby. Go blue, baby.
Nah, we feeling good. We feeling good.
Go blue, baby. Pool party last night. It was a pool party last night.
They stuck on theme with the buzzer beater.
It was
I'll
a
give them
pool
that.
party last night.
I'll give you guys
You know
that.
what happens at those.
I hope Michigan and Michigan State play in the Big Ten championship.
I do
And
too.
We'll talk
Probably
about that
will.
I do
shortly.
too.
That would be fire. That would
do
be
too.
absolutely fire.
I do too.
All right, let's get into it. Let's
Talk ball. First up on the agenda last night, Steph going absolutely nuclear against the Orlando Magic in Orlando. He had,
56.
points on a 16 of 25 shooting and 12 3-pointers. What?
Yeah, what is he, 34?
36.
36?
Yeah.
I mean,
36.
He's 36.
He's
yeah.
36?
Yeah, we're old, bro.
I mean, his
35.
game just translates to old age
34.
anyway.
Dude, he
Um,
is so good at basketball.
So I remember I made a comment a couple episodes ago when we were talking about ratings, and I said that I was tired of seeing the Warriors and I was tired of seeing Steph. It wasn't necessarily I was tired of seeing Steph. I just had pointed out that there were some nights where he put up stinkers.
True.
I think last night kind of calls for me to recant that statement a little bit. Steph, I apologize. Fully apologize, because you absolutely showed me that you can still indeed
Hoop.
light the arena up and just do stuff that doesn't make sense. So, yeah, I just want to say that first and foremost.
You're totally right, because Steph is having the worst statistical season of his career since he entered his prime. I don't know if Steph's still in his prime, but he's still Steph, and he can still go nuclear at any time. Just talking about the game last night, we talked about Jimmy and how the trade's working. He's only had 11 points the past 2 games, bro. Steph is stepping it up, and Paolo dropped 41. Nobody's talking about that because Steph went nuclear.
Exactly.
It's crazy, and I was gonna say the Magic are the best team in the league in terms of defensive efficiency, points per game allowed. They're up there. 3-point percentage are up there. They buy in on that end of the court, and Steph's doing it against that team, and he's been doing that for years. So that's not a new thing, obviously. Dude, he is so much fun to watch. He is so much fun to watch. I just don't know. I was going to say I don't know how much more he has in him. He has a lot more. He's Steph. He could just go nuclear whenever, and I think last night showed it again. But you're right, though. He was having a bad season, so it's so fair. And they're on national television tomorrow against the Sixers, who suck defensively. So, Steph, go for 60.
Yeah, I mean, it's just his game translates to old age. I mean, he's not super athletic. He just relies on his shooting form, his accuracy, his skill. I mean, 12 of 19 threes is crazy. Perfect at the free throw line, 16 of 25 from the field, 34 minutes. That's just, it's outrageous. His plus minus was plus 15. Even when some players score 50 points, their plus minus is still a -5 or a -10.
Yeah.
For him to go plus 15 is ridiculous. I mean, it's just his I'm a LeBron stan, so seeing him go against LeBron for all those years, I hated him. But now in the older
100%.
age, I'm appreciating him a little bit more because it's I can see his game just develop more as he gets older.
I'm going to cry when Steph retires. I'm going to cry when LeBron retires, too.
I'm going to cry when LeBron retires, not Steph.
Yeah,
No, I'll cry for both, but I'm also I'm a very emotional person, as these two know, and I'm pretty sure everybody in this building knows. It's just greatness. It's just greatness. And that's why I loved watching the Court of Gold doc get to it, because it is so good. And just talking about Steph, Bron, and KD, that's the old guard.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun to watch. And it's literally the last semblance of our childhood, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Magic coach Jamal Mosley got asked after the game.
Yep.
Like, what was the difference? I think it was the question. And he said, Steph had 56 points.
Yep.
Like, there was no difference.
Yeah, dude.
That's hilarious. Like, I mean, it's true.
And
He had 56
yesterday
points.
was
You
the
can't
anniversary of his
stop that.
54 at the Garden.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Dude, it's crazy, and I didn't mean to
Look
cut
at you
you off
dropping
there. A
gems.
team could play their best game of the year, and it doesn't matter because what's chemistry going to do if you got to guard Steph?
Yeah, what KD say?
Yeah, what did
KD
KD
say?
say?
Yeah.
Like-
They were also 30 of 34 from the free throw line, 88%.
Is that chemistry going to help when you got to guard Steph?
Right?
They were damn near perfect from the line too. I mean, the only people that missed free throws was Gary Payton missed one, Jimmy Butler missed one, and Draymond missed two, and that's it. So
Yeah.
they're capitalizing.
They're going to be, they're 7-1, I think, since acquiring Butler. I might have been 8-1 after last night. Might have been.
I
or
think
it
it's.
might have been 7-1.
I think it's 7-1 now.
One or the other. They're going to be nasty going into postseason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scary.
Steph is definitely putting those balls in the bucket.
Hey, okay, wait a minute. Pod, I know you caught that.
Okay, wait, hold on. I mean to say it like
He's
that.
doing what now?
I mean to say it like that. Pause. Pause.
Oh my god.
Pause.
Oh God, bro. Oh God.
Pause.
Oh no. Oh
Pause.
no. Oh
Pause.
no. Oh no. Okay. Keep driving. Keep driving. You got this.
Oh my gosh. All right. Moving on to the Lakers last night against the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
111-102.
Speaking of balls in the bucket, you talk
No,
about
stop.
you talk about
Stop.
LeBron James.
Stop.
You talk about LeBron James.
You know you're gonna have to clip that and put that on.
So, yeah, pause, all right? I apologize. All right. I didn't mean to come out like that. So, yeah, Bron. That's what's going to be my next point. Bron, 33, 17 rebounds. Can we talk about LeBron for MVP? Is it finally,
It's time.
is it approaching
He's
that
he's a
time?
top 5 candidate. I don't-
40 years old, top 5 candidate
It's time.
for MVP?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he should be in the top 5 already. I
Yeah.
think Jokic is gonna win it unless Jokic gets hurt.
I think it'll be Shea.
Yeah, Jokic and Shea are the two I'd put above him right now. Braun is so good at basketball, and everybody knew that. And this is where the Luka trade helps. Luka had 21 last night. He's not at peak shape, obviously. I'm not gonna call him fat, but
When is he at peak shape?
yeah, that's a good point. But
Jokic?
Luka.
Or Luka?
dude, he's taking attention away from Braun, and so that's when Braun's not getting double teamed as much, and he's shooting better from behind the arc. He was 4 for 9 yesterday, which is okay for a 40-year-old Braun. I'm pretty sure he was 4 for 5 to start,
Yeah.
and he was just going nuclear.
Yeah.
And he's playing defense. Like, we could have a serious conversation about him being Defensive Player of the Year, especially because Wemby's out for the year. Is he the favorite? No, absolutely not. He might not even be a finalist, but he's buying in defensively. And I think that him, JJ Redick, and the entire Lakers organization sort of saw the vision now that they don't have Mark Williams. They never really had him, I guess. And they traded for Luka, who's a guy that just, isn't going to play defense. The other guy's got to buy in defensively, and it's Braun leading the charge.
Yeah.
And some people think Braun's above defense, and Braun's above everything because he's the glorious king. But he's buying in, so good for him.
100%.
The thing about Bron is that now that they have Luka, he can pick and choose how he wants to play offensively. Because before he had to be the primary ball handler and run everything through him. You know, he kind of gave it to other players like Reeves and whatnot, but mostly it was LeBron because, you know, AD, as good as he is, AD can't get his own shot. Like, he can't create his own shot and create opportunities
He
to
also
score.
just doesn't do anything outside the arc.
Yeah, I mean, he just he creates, you know, low post moves and fadeaways, but he's not a guy who's going to take the ball and make, you know, set up a play to make everything happen. Now you got Luka. Reeves is benefiting because he is coming off, you know, I mean, he's got 20 points in the last several games. So when you look at it, Bron, a lot of times he stands in the corner and he just chills. And Luka handles the ball and Luka drives and then he kick. kick pass and another swing, Bron's in the corner, 3. Or if Bron wants to go ahead and go coast to coast, which he did a lot, he had 19 in the first half last night. If he wants to go coast to coast and just bully people, he can do that, right? He can get points off of turnovers. He can get points off of just standing in the corner. So now you have LeBron, who's picking and choosing where he wants to be.
You're not do whatever
forcing
he wants.
You're not forcing him to do certain things. And defensively, all LeBron has to do, offense comes so easy. All they have to do is lock in, and they're playing really good defense right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Even Luka's trying in defense, which he never did in Dallas. So you look at this trade; it's added years to LeBron's prime. It's given him more years to play.
Yeah, I like exactly what you said. Bron can now sit on the perimeter. He can now cut freely. He can now catch lobs. He doesn't have to be that primary ball controller. And so now it's like you have Bron as your second best player.
It's ridiculous.
That is insane. And then you think about it, like going into the playoffs, you have to play a team where Bron's the second best player, bro. And Luka's the first.
Especially if Luka starts actually shooting the ball well, because he's shooting
and I think
like crap
he will.
right now.
I think he will. I think
too,
he's just gotta. I think he's just still adjusting a little bit.
I think both those teams, like right now, you put the Lakers and the Warriors in the second tier of the Western Conference behind probably the Nuggets and the Thunder. And if I'm the Nuggets or the Thunder, I'm scared as shit to play Bron or Steph in the playoffs because they have more rings than the Thunder team has combined and stuff. I guess not the Nuggets because they won it a few years ago, but like you saw what the Lakers did to the Nuggets on Saturday. Teams will quiver in their boots playing Bron or Steph in the playoffs.
I'm gonna go out. I feel like I feel like this isn't a limb, but I'm gonna say the Lakers are literally the number 1 threat in the West right now. I don't care.
I said that a few podcasts ago.
I don't care. I really like the Thunder. They're just young. I think if they match up against the Lakers in the playoffs, they're cooked.
I also think if they match up against the Lakers,
cooked.
Shea is he's fading down the end. Defensively,
Yeah.
I think they're locking him down the end, down the stretch.
Yeah, the past 5 games they've allowed the most points they've allowed is 102.
Yeah.
Who, the Lakers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Past 5 games they've allowed, I think, 102 twice and 199 twice.
Like they clamped Jokic. I think Jokic only had like
12 points.
Yeah, exactly. And you're doing that against a guy who's having
7 shots.
Yeah, and that's against the best player in the world.
That's because they tried to.
Insane.
They relied on one guy to try and play defense on them, and you can't rely on one guy.
Exactly.
Timberwolves had the blueprint. You trap him and force other guys to make shots. They're not going to make shots.
Right.
against you. So defensively, shout out to JJ Redick. He's got that team working in all different kinds of levels. Something Darvin Ham could never figure out.
Right.
So yeah.
So moving on to MVP talks. I just mentioned LeBron. I think should be in there. Others to watch out for MVP. Maybe even like a top 5.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I can start with mine.
Yeah, start up.
So I think obviously Shea's number 1. I have Jokic 2, Giannis 3, Bron at 4, and I have Kate at 5.
Yeah, I like that list. The one I'm gonna change, I think Jokic 1, Shea 2. They're interchangeable right now.
Yeah.
I think someone to watch out for, and it might be a little bit of a homer pick. I'm not even a Knicks fan though, but Jalen Brunson. Brunson's top 10 in the league in scoring.
Not mad at
He's
that
the favorite to win the Clutch Player of the Year, and I think if the Knicks are going to match their lofty aspirations and get back into this race to be a 2 seed in the Eastern Conference and beat the narrative that they can't beat good teams, it starts with Jalen Brunson because of what he's able to do on any given night.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to go with Jalen Brunson. I know it's a homer pick, but I like Brunson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my top 5 is pretty much similar to yours. I got Shea on top, Jokic, Giannis, Bron. I don't know if I want to throw Cade at the 5 yet.
I just did. I said 5.
No, valid.
I said 5.
I think he's in the 5 to 7 range.
Mellow
I don't know
yellow.
Yeah. What are the paradox or whatever is the anomaly?
The anomaly,
Yeah.
or the paradox,
Yeah,
one of
something
them.
like that. But yeah, those are my top 4 out of that 5. That 5th spot is kind of up for grabs in my opinion. But
Yeah,
those are mine.
5th spot's tough. 5th spot is like anybody can be in. Damn, I just
You could argue Jason
Tatum.
You could argue.
Just move the whole damn table,
Yeah,
bro.
I saw that, dude. Like,
Been in that gym, son. No, I think, number 5 can be interchangeable. There's a lot of guys. I'd even like throw Cat in there. I'd throw AD in there.
I could throw Ant in there.
You can throw Ant in there
you
for
could throw
sure.
Ant
The
in
only
there.
reason why I wouldn't say Ant is because of the team record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why.
That's a good point and stuff. And
His gameplay itself,
Yeah.
but just depending on that fact.
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's a few others too. I mean, KD's team sucks, but he's having a good year, but not compared to KD levels, I guess. I'm looking at the top scorers in the league. Tyrese Maxey, never gonna happen. You just got a few others, but I think Brunson's definitely one. I don't mind the Cade pick at all, especially if the Pistons get to like the 4 seed in the East. I could see it. It's hard for voters to pick Cade over a Jokic or a Shea or a Giannis.
Oh, 100%.
or LeBron,
I don't think he's gonna win it.
He needs another year.
but he deserves.
I think he's going to win it,
consideration
but I just think the recognition needs
Cade would need another
I
year
think-
like this.
I think the one thing I'll
Yeah.
say about Cade right now, and this is an unbiased thing, I think he's in this NBA new guard for when Bron, Steph, and KD are gone in 5 years. I think he'll be one of the faces of the league. I think it's going to be him, Ant, Wemby, Shea. I think all those guys are going to be up there, and I think Cade has like put himself in there because, let's be honest, he wasn't at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts. That's true.
He's good at basketball.
All right. That is that. Next segment. NCAA.
I guess we could call it that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Let's start with the buzzer beaters. I mean,
In the Mitten.
March is on the horizon. Yeah. I think it's already March here in the Mitten.
Yeah.
It's seeming like it's already March here in the Mitten. Trey Holloman, Michigan State, throws up a heave from beyond half court to beat Maryland on the road in Maryland. That was just absolutely. I am. You guys know I am a Wolverine, but my gosh, that was electric.
Yeah.
And then next night, Burnett, our boy, throws up a heave from about, I don't even know what foot was it. It was like 35?
It was probably like it was probably a bit less. It was probably like 30.
32, 30?
I'd say
Somewhere around
29.
there.
What's the
29?
3-point line? 30?
Yeah.
It's like 32, 33.
Yeah, something like that.
33,
Yeah.
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. I mean, it was a bad game for Michigan last night, I'll tell you that. But yeah, pool party, like I said.
Does Michigan have
You
a
know what
Connor
happened to that
Stallions
house.
for their basketball team, or are they bribing the refs?
Connor Stallions was there last night.
He was? Okay, no, that makes sense now, Pod.
Connor
Like,
Stallions was indeed in
That makes sense.
attendance last night.
Rutgers
for the
got
pool party.
robbed. Rutgers got robbed. robbed. But I will give Michigan respect, and Michigan State a lot of respect too. I think those are the two best teams in the Big Ten right now.
Yeah.
And it's just about finding a way to win. Like, I could sit up here and bullshit like I always do about the refs sucking or making some other excuse, because I'll always find an excuse in any game. But at the end of the day, the one thing that matters is the win. And Michigan State faltered down the stretch against Maryland. They were up 8 with 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Then Maryland, bad coaching decision. I don't know if Kevin Willard told Jacoby Gillespie to shoot that before the buzzer.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was terrible.
was a
And
bad
then
shot.
Holloman throws it up. I'm not a huge Trey Holloman guy, but I will say he's gotten a lot better offensively this year. And then Rutgers, what is Rutgers up 10 on Michigan, 12 on Michigan?
Yeah, up
And then
12.
it's the refs and stuff a little, but Michigan fought their way back and they got the stops defensively against two of the best offensive players in the country. There's a reason that Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey are going 2-3. I understand the rest of their team isn't good.
Yeah,
Michigan plays defense.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Rutgers struggled getting the shots at the end.
Yeah.
Down the stretch, struggled converting, and it turned into, you can't do that against a top 15.
You can't. And the
25
one more
team in
thing I'll
college
say, and
basketball.
then I'll let you guys talk. Like, teams do not need to blow out unranked teams in college basketball. You just need to win, because anything can happen.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing and stuff.
Especially in March.
Especially in
Exactly.
March. Yeah, especially in March, because there will be teams that suffer scares. Which team? I know you guys are a little biased. Who's going to go further in March, Michigan or Michigan State? I guess it depends on the bracket.
I'm about to say it depends, because Michigan, last time I saw, they were in a section with Duke, so it's like,
yeah.
That's the thing. Like, it depends on where they're at, who they're playing. Like, we talked about it in class the other day. I think I showed them the bracket, and it's like right now, pretty sure we're supposed to line up with Duke in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, jeez.
Obviously, if they both win, around 64 and 32.
Well, right now we got switched to a different one, and Auburn is the biggest one.
And that's even worse.
Yeah, I think that you guys got to
So,
avoid Duke or Auburn. I think any team has to avoid Duke or Auburn.
Yeah, I think it honestly ultimately depends on
Yeah, State's got
where
Bama as the
they're
number
at.
one.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like definitely depends on where they're at.
Michigan's coach has made a Final Four more recently
I'm-
than Michigan State's.
I'm actually
True.
so yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say Michigan.
If we're talking about this specifically, it's going to be Michigan State because it'd be Michigan State versus Robert Morris. Then the winner of Ole Miss and Baylor.
Hey, don't call out Robert Morris now.
They got some ballers. They do. They
Call
do.
out Robert Morris.
I mean,
now.
their biggest threat, like 2 or 3 games in, would be Kansas.
Yeah, they'd smoke Kansas.
They would
Exactly.
smoke Kansas. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'd give the edge to Michigan State, regardless of what the bracket is right now, just
Michigan.
because the calendar goes January, February.
Sticking with my guys.
Valid.
Sticking
And totally
with my
valid.
guys, man.
I think Michigan, I'm not ready to call them a national title contender, but they're damn good. And like Dusty made the Final Four 2 years ago. And all it takes is a team to get hot and a win like that and a buzzer beater like that. I mean, don't these teams play again, Michigan and Michigan State, in the regular season at
Yeah.
Breslin?
The last game of the
At
season.
Breslin, like, and Michigan should be pissed off going into that game, like really pissed off.
Michigan actually plays very well in East Lansing.
Yeah,
I don't know if
except for the year I was there, they got blown out, even though they
Well,
were 1 seed because
yeah,
the
there's-
sports gods hate my.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah. Well, yeah. Would you bet on? Did you bet on Michigan?
I didn't. No, dude, guys, I swear, every freaking sports team that I ever root for sucks.
You're
my
a
1 year,
curse.
bro. My 1 year.
Oh,
at
this was
Michigan.
when you
I'm
were
the
a
curse.
freshman at
When I was a
Michigan
freshman
and-
at
okay.
Michigan, their football team went 2-4 since I left Michigan. 4-0 against Ohio State. 3 Big Ten championships
curse.
and
That
a
guy.
natty.
It's that guy
My
right
year
there.
at Michigan, basketball
That's
team.
No
what
wonder
it was.
Northwestern sports are so bad.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And then like my Michigan basketball, number 1 in the country, number 1 seed, lose to Johnny Juzang, Tiger Campbell,
Oh, my
49
God.
points in the Elite Eight, bro. I know exactly where it was. And then I come to Northwestern. I guess we won a bowl game. I guess we made the tournaments. Like, but Michigan's fucking Michigan.
Yeah.
And don't even get me started about my New York sports teams because. Yeah, I don't know. And by the way, like I have 3 rooting interests right now in college basketball, right? Northwestern. If they win out, they have a chance, but they're not going to win out. Let's be honest. North Carolina, not good. Rutgers. Dylan and Ace are fun, but they literally don't have a third guy. So
Yeah.
I need to pick up like a 90th team if I'm ever going to have a win. Like it's actually so depressing.
We'll adopt you into our Detroit sports because Detroit sports are.
Yeah.
hot.
you
I don't know
come
if you
on.
guys want that though.
No,
because I get
actually
no,
stay
no,
over
no,
there.
No.
No.
Keep that curse in New York.
that.
Yeah.
Recant that statement.
We already had
He's
years
not.
and years of disappointment.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So I'll stay on
Remember,
my
this
side and
guy's
leave
a
it to
Jets
myself.
fan. We're not going through that.
We gave you some Lions Detroit help. So
Yeah.
maybe
Okay.
that'll push
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's enough of that. Moving on. What game do you want to highlight first? What do we got? Auburn, Kentucky, Texas Tech, Kansas, Bama, Tennessee.
Let's go Auburn, Kentucky.
Auburn, Kentucky first.
Yeah, because Kentucky's finally healthy. They had a huge win on
Kentucky
the
looks
road.
good.
They look good. And they had a huge win on the road against Oklahoma on, I think this was Wednesday night. Jeremiah Fears
Yep.
for the Sooners is one of the best players in the country. He's a scorer. He didn't have the best game. Oh, and then you talk about Otega Owe. For Kentucky.
Bro, they were about to squabble at the
They were
end
about
of
to
that.
squabble.
Bro,
They were about to
I
squabble.
wanted to see that so bad.
They are Otega Owe is one of the most consistent players in America. I don't think he's had a game where he's had under double digits yet. But they got Jackson Robinson and Lamont Butler back.
Yep.
They look good.
Yeah.
And they've been really up and down. There's been a lot of highs, like going into Tennessee and beating them. There's been lows, like Coach Cal and Arkansas losing to them. That sucks.
Yeah.
Auburn's a whole different text. I do think Kentucky can go far, though. I do, because they have a bunch of guys who want the rock in their hands that can score, and they have shooters like a Kobe Bryant, like a Robinson, like an Owe. Amari Williams is a presence inside. I think he's one of the only guys that can match a flag or a broom. Let me rephrase: not match, but make up for some of the deficit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, you'll see it tomorrow. Janai Broom walking into town.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I think we're all going to choose Auburn to win this. Auburn, you know, I picked Alabama to beat them in their matchup, and I watched that game. And even though Janai Broom shrunk down the end of the game, they're still so good everywhere else. I mean, Chad Baker-Mazara is good. I mean, you got Tahad Pettiford. You got all these guys.
Tahad is so great.
I mean, they're nasty. I like Kentucky. I thought they were gonna win the SEC. Or was there? No, they might have been my pick to win the SEC. I can't remember.
You picked Bama.
That's right.
Bama.
No,
you picked Bama
to win the SEC, but I changed it, and then I went on record saying Auburn.
I can't remember who I chose. But anyway, the point being, I think Auburn's going to win. I think they're going to march right in. I think, even though they went toe-to-toe with Oklahoma, I don't think it's going to be enough to get past Auburn, just as they are. So, I have Auburn. Just they're nasty.
Yeah. I really would pick Kentucky just to say, fuck it, why not? But I can't pick against Auburn, especially because I picked them to win the SEC. I mean, exactly what you guys said. It's literally like, I don't know how you stop them. I just don't.
You don't.
Like, I don't know how you do it. You have Janai Broom down there.
You just have to hope that they miss.
You have to, like, Pettiford is disgusting. We've talked about it all year. Chad Baker-Mazaro, absolute weapon for Auburn.
Yep. Denver Jones and Miles Kelly.
Jones and Miles Kelly literally can score 20 any night that they want. I just don't understand how you stop them, and I don't think Kentucky has enough to do it. And I think honestly, Kentucky has showed us repeatedly this year that they can play well against very good contenders. They just can't get it done. At the end of the day, they just can't get it done.
Yeah. I mean, they as good as it is, the one thing that we've learned from the recent transfer portal thing is that as good as you can get talent, it's not going to be enough to win all the way down the stretch. Yeah. I know it's different sports, but you look at Colorado football, as good as they were, as good as, they had certain areas of talent.
Yeah.
You can't shore up everything. You have to go recruit from high school to be a complete program.
Yeah.
And as much as I like Kentucky, Mark Pope, it's his first year. He's not going to find the ultimate success in winning it all. I don't think so. They probably won't even win the SEC. Yeah, they're not even going to win the SEC.
No, they're not going to win the SEC. I think their ceiling is probably like an Elite Eight because I think against this tougher competition, they just falter. Lost to Alabama both times. They did beat Tennessee twice, but I don't know what Tennessee's ceiling is offensively. And Kentucky knows how to score. I just think that they're just like lower in this tier in the SEC. Yeah. Auburn's better, Bama's better, Florida's better. I'm not calling Tennessee better because Kentucky beat them twice. Tennessee is ranked a lot higher. I would take Tennessee a third time, but it's just like I like the Wildcats a lot. They're just not there yet.
Yeah, exactly. All right, moving on to
War Eagle. Sorry. Sorry.
Moving on to let's do Bama, Tennessee.
All right. Let me start us off because
SEC.
Let me start us off because I just talked about Tennessee.
Just to let you know, Stafford got a Rams deal. They restructured his contract, so he's staying in LA.
My God, is that breaking news?
Breaking news.
We got breaking news on the pod right now.
Which button? I
don't know.
Click one.
Fuck the button. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so breaking news that we just got here.
Picked up one button.
No, I clicked both.
Matthew Stafford is going to stay in LA. He was going to it looked like he was going to go to the Raiders, or they were about to reach out for a deal or whatnot. Tom Brady was trying to get him, but
fuck, I forgot my Starbucks coffee. Sorry, continue. Sorry.
In the middle of the breaking news.
Be careful.
But no, they've reached out. They've restructured his contract. I think that was the big thing, was that they didn't want to pay him really $50 million. So they probably moved some money around, gave him a bonus or something, paid him less money contractually, so that they can go out and get some pieces. They said that they're trading Cup, which they're probably still going to do. But, yeah.
Yeah, I so
before you say that, someone on Twitter said they said Joe Sheen. They said number 5 got on his knees for 37-year-old Matt Stafford, only to be used as a bargaining chip.
Guys, Juan Soto homered in spring training too. I think that's the biggest breaking news out here.
You're right.
No,
right.
What was the Stafford deal? Did the money come out?
The money's not out yet.
What do we think it is? 2 years, probably making 50.
I'd say even 3.
Yeah, I guess.
Probably like a player
3
option.
and then a
Yeah.
player option.
Yeah,
something
team
like
option,
that.
player option, something.
Good for them. Good for them. I wanted
yeah.
Stafford to stay.
Yeah, I think I didn't want to see Stafford anywhere else, honestly.
Weird seeing him elsewhere.
Yeah, it would have been weird, and I don't think he really deserves that, honestly. I mean, he's been.
If you're the Giants, what do you do?
for the Rams? I mean,
Yeah.
the Giants. I mean, you got to go
What do you
draft
do?
a quarterback now.
Find the tallest building, and you know what.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, 16 floors.
Yeah, I mean, he better pray. Schoen better pray.
They got to trade up. They got to trade up because if they
They can
don't,
trade
another
up?
team will. They need to. I think that Shador and Cam Ward are going 1 and 2. I think Cam Ward's going 1. I think Shador's going 2. The teams, I don't know, but the Titans are taking phone calls for the number 1 pick, and I think if the Giants don't make a move,
Raiders
someone like
need to move
the
up.
Raiders might, the Jets might. Like Cam Ward stroked the Jets today, saying he'd
Yeah.
like to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Please God! Please God! Please God! No, dude. If you're the Giants and you're in this year where you have to win, and you look at the other 3 quarterbacks in your division: Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP; Jaden Daniels, Offensive Rookie of the Year; Dak Prescott, top 15 quarterback in the league, and we know what Dak Prescott is.
Right.
You need a quarterback, or else Brian Dable and Joe Schoen start packing your bags right now. Joe Shane. I don't know why I said Schoen. You don't deserve to have your last name spelled right now until you get a quarterback. That's all I'll say.
Does this just completely change what happened at Starbucks in Indianapolis?
No, because what happened.
Is this like, do we know who was wrong now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
I hope it was Schultz. I'm Team Rappaport.
You are?
I'm Team Rappaport. Absolutely. I
I'm
love
not gonna lie.
Rappaport.
I think Schultz would beat him.
So do I. Schultz is a young
Schultz
guy.
got the vitals,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
to beat
Schultz
him.
is a young gun, has more muscle. But if we're talking about any insider to win in a fight, it's Kyle Brandt. I'll say it. Kyle Brandt would beat any insider in a fight.
Okay. Yeah.
And football.
No. That's facts.
Football.
No, 100%.
And basketball, because let's be
I'm
honest.
taking Wendy. He's gonna sumo wrestle you and pick you up.
Yeah,
I'm taking Wendy. He's gonna sumo wrestle you.
I love this show.
But yeah, I think that's a huge get back for LA. Yeah, I mean, what do they do with this cup?
I think Cup gets traded still.
I think it's
still
yeah,
gone.
that's
Yeah, I
what
think
I'm
Cup
thinking.
gets
I don't think
traded.
it changes anything, but it's definitely something kind of point out there.
I mean, the Rams, I'm not going to call them the best team in the NFC West because I think the Niners exist, and as long as the Niners stay healthy, it's going to be them. But the Rams, they stay contending. They have McVay, who's a top 5 coach in the league. They have Defensive Rookie of the Year in Jared Verse. So,
I'd pick LA.
I wouldn't over the Niners.
I would. I really would.
Depends on what they draft, who they draft, and what they get for in return for Cup.
Yeah.
If they can get another receiver, like a good receiver that breaks out, I'm picking the Rams. If not, then I'm picking the Niners.
Gotcha.
I also think the one more thing I'll say about the Rams, and then we can move on. They don't need a star wide receiver too. I know Kupp and Nakua take the show because they're both elite talents, but the Rams won the Super Bowl with Odell as their number 2. Odell was not in his prime, and he got hurt, and Stafford made Odell good. And you guys as Lions fans know this. Stafford makes people better. And so,
Yeah.
who was the Lions wide receiver 2 during the Megatron years? I don't even remember. Who was it mainly?
It didn't exist.
Nate
It didn't
Burleson.
exist. It was Nate Burleson. I love
Yeah.
you, Nate
Yeah, it
Burleson.
didn't
You're
exist.
Really?
awesome.
Yeah.
I love Nate Burleson. Not as a player.
There was
as
no
just
number
someone on
2.
TV. There was
throw
no
it
number
up
2.
to throw it up to
about to say.
Megatron.
It was just-
There was no other option.
Yeah.
Throw
Fuck
it up
it.
to Megatron.
Nah,
Calvin's down there somewhere.
Triple team, just
Calvin's
throw it.
down there somewhere, bro.
Just throw it.
the catch against Cleveland. Oh my God, that was disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I think that the Rams don't. They need just a mid wide receiver 2, and Stafford makes them better.
Yeah.
And I don't think wide receiver is their biggest issue. I think it's the line. So fix the line and keep Stafford healthy.
They're gonna draft someone in the third, like a Puka again. They're gonna draft 3rd or 4th.
Right.
receivers.
Yeah, they'll get a good receiver. I think.
Any team not named the Jets too, I could bank on them cashing on late round talent, but the Jets never do. So it's hard to have faith in that,
All right. Back to college hoops. Bama, what were we on? Bama, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We're just doing that, and then Stafford news came in. Yes, sir.
I was just say about Bama, Tennessee. That's a really good matchup. Obviously, you got. Bama.
I think this is matchup of the week.
Yeah, it really
This is game of the
I mean,
week
this is
right
a pretty
here.
even.
Yeah.
I would say as even as you can get it
Yeah.
in terms of 2 teams this weekend. Obviously, you got Bama. Mark Spears is nasty, man. He's dropped back-to-back 30-point games. You got Grant Nelson. You got
Chris Youngblood.
Chris Youngblood. You got
Youngblood.
Phylon. You got Phylon as a backup point guard. You got all these guys.
Aiden
Cliff
Holloway,
Murray.
bro. Yeah.
You got all these guys. And then Tennessee, Chaz Lanier has been going off. That's really their offensive, their big offensive piece the last couple of games has been Chaz Lanier. If Bama locks down Chaz Lanier, is that the recipe for success?
I think so because
You shut him
Yeah.
down. I think it's wraps, bro. I think
you're talking about the top offensive team in the SEC and Bama, who's second in the nation or first in the nation in points per game against Tennessee and Rick Barnes, which is one of the best defensive teams in the country.
Right.
That allowed 59, 69, 76. But with Bama, it's a race to 80, 90, 100. And I don't know if Tennessee can score with them if Bama's hot. And so I think, especially if you shut down Lanier, I don't think Tennessee stands that much of a chance. Like, yeah, they have other scoring like Zakai Ziegler, and they have guys like Jordan Gainey who could score. But
Yeah.
you look at Bama, it's the same thing with Auburn. Just these guys could get hot. Aiden Holloway's the backup point guard, and he could go for 30.
yeah.
And so it just becomes a race.
Yeah.
I mean, Chaz Lanier. Sorry, before you go, I was
you're
going to say
good.
Chaz Lanier is averaging 17 on 41% shooting on 3-point shots.
Yeah, he's gross.
Yeah.
So he's really their big offensive piece. Other than that, you got Ziegler, and then other than that, it like drops. So you lock him down. You take Ziegler is a small guy, so you keep him away from the hoop. You allow Chaz Lanier or you don't allow Chaz Lanier to get buckets, and like you said, Bama's got so many different scorers, so
Yeah.
it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, all I was gonna say is Bama scores the basketball at a high level. If you shut that down, obviously you can beat Bama. I think that's literally the number one key to beating them is shutting down their offensive production.
Yeah.
But it's hard to. They average 91.5 points per game. That's ridiculous.
Crazy.
It's so
And
frustrating.
I think the difference is here Tennessee averages 74. Now, obviously, Tennessee gives up way less points than Bama does. But when you have a high offensive production like Bama does, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
At the end of the day, like it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. And I think that's just the big difference right there is that potent offense.
I am going to
He's
say
smirking over there.
good old Rocky Top Tennessee. I think Tennessee is going to win this game, guys.
Really?
Yeah, and the reasons why, they held Florida to 44 at home.
Yeah.
Florida's another team that's right up there.
really
They buy
good
into this
defensively.
defense. They're on a 3-game winning streak. With Bama, the biggest thing is you got to pray that they miss. And sometimes they do in this big
Yeah.
games. In these big games, you saw it against
Yeah.
Auburn where they fell behind and then they really couldn't take a lead. If Tennessee stays in there, I like the Vols down the stretch because Bama doesn't really have a defensive matchup for Chaz Lanier. And I think I'm not going to call Tennessee a better team because I think Bama has a higher ceiling. Like Bama made the Final Four last year. I'm going to go Tennessee. I'm going to change it up. I think that, gosh, I was going to give a score prediction, but like, there's no way Bama's scoring under 70. So I'm going to go with like Tennessee 83, Alabama 82. We'll go with that.
Really, 1 point.
Good old Rocky
Close.
Top Tennessee.
Stretch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going Bama. I'm gonna go Bama. I have a great feeling that Bama's just gonna come in.
Is it at Tennessee or
It's at Tennessee.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
in Knoxville. I just have I don't know. I have a feeling that they're gonna just come in and they're gonna just I don't want to say dominate Tennessee. I think that's a little over the top. I just think they're gonna get a good quality win. I really do. I just feel like offensive production is going to be high on Saturday. I think Sears is going to have a hell of a game.
Yeah, I think he's dropping 25 to 30.
I think Sears is going to have a hell of a game. Grant Nelson's obviously going to do what he does. I just like Alabama, man. I do. I really do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bama too. I think Mark Sears has 25 to 30. I think they get it done. I think everyone participates in the win and they lock down Chaz Lanier and win it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with those.
I have to go to class.
Let's just rapid fire these last two, and then we'll
Rapid
get out of
fire?
here. We don't even need to preview them. We've done enough Arizona and Iowa State. We literally previewed it last time.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So rapid fire. We have 2 games left. Texas Tech, Kansas. Texas Tech.
Texas Tech,
Texas Tech.
Easy.
Yeah.
Arizona, Iowa State.
I'm going to Iowa State.
I got Iowa State.
I think Arizona won last time. Iowa State's at
Yeah.
home.
Arizona's been in a slump.
Yeah, I think Arizona offensively is not going to get as going as they
Yeah.
want to.
I hate this one. Both these teams are slumping. I'll keep it interesting. Give me the Wildcats. I think that there's a lot more pressure on Iowa State right now. They're both slumping. Iowa State lost 2 games that they shouldn't have lost. TJ Otzelberger, he's a really good coach, and he'll have his team motivated. But you say the same thing about Tommy Lloyd, and I think there's a mental game in college basketball. And so, why not? Give me the Cats. I'll go with my Big 12 pick, who I still think is going to win the Big 12.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right, wrapping it up. That is it for this episode. Once again, thank you always for tuning in. As always, like, subscribe, comment. Go check out socials as always, of course. TikTok, Instagram, whatever your heart desires. Go show us some love on the socials. Jake, you're smirking over there. You got something to say?
I always got something to say, but we'll just wrap it up.
End this out, man.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to steal Blake's thing. Stay fly.
Stay fly, baby.
Press that button, man.